Have you ever wondered how someone can eat all the so-called healthy foods, green smoothies, fresh juices, clean meals, and still end up in the emergency room with kidney failure? It sounds impossible, but I am here to tell you that it happens more often than you think. I have seen patients who avoided soda, cut back on meat, followed every piece of health advice they could find, and still landed with stage 3 kidney disease without even realizing what was happening. Here is the chilling truth. Your kidneys can lose up to 90% of their function before you ever feel that something is wrong. You might think it is just normal aging when you feel more tired than usual, or harmless swelling when your ankles puff up at night. But these are not small issues. They are silent alarms. And the most shocking part is that some of the very vegetables you have been told to eat more of, foods labeled as superfoods, can actually push your kidneys closer to collapse, bite by bite, meal by meal. But there is hope. There truly is. Today, I am going to reveal 6 vegetables that may secretly sabotage your kidneys, even if you think you are eating clean. And then I will show you 4 powerful healing vegetables that can protect, cleanse, and even help restore kidney function naturally and affordably, especially after age 60. What you are about to hear could mean the difference between years of dialysis and years of freedom. And that is why I urge you to stay with me until the very end, because the next 10 minutes could change the way you look at your dinner plate forever. Let us start with the first hidden danger: spinach. If Swiss chard is a quiet overload, spinach is the undisputed heavyweight champion of kidney danger. For decades, it has been marketed as the ultimate supergreen. It is in smoothies, detox plans, salads, and even baby food. People throw handfuls into their blender every morning, thinking they are doing the best thing for their body. But for kidneys, raw spinach is not just risky, it is downright toxic. Jennifer, a 34-year-old yoga instructor, was the picture of health. She did not smoke, did not drink, and exercised daily. Her morning ritual was a massive green smoothie with 2 cups of raw spinach. 6 weeks later, she was in the hospital with acute kidney failure. Her kidneys were so clogged with oxalate crystals that she required emergency treatment. She had no family history of kidney disease. The only culprit was her daily spinach smoothies. Here is why. 100 grams of raw spinach contains nearly 1,000 milligrams of oxalates, about 20 times the safe threshold for someone with kidney concerns. And when you blend or juice it, you are not eating 1 cup. You are drinking 3, 4, or more. That means you are flooding your body with over 2,000 milligrams of oxalates in a single glass. These oxalates bind with calcium, forming sharp crystals that slice into kidney tissue, block tubules, and trigger a condition called acute oxalate nephropathy. It sounds rare, but cases are rising because of the green smoothie craze. Nephrologists are crystal clear on this. Raw spinach should never be juiced or blended if you have kidney concerns. No nutrient, no antioxidant, no detox benefit is worth trading away your kidney function. The truth is, you can get every vitamin spinach offers from safer vegetables without gambling on dialysis. But only focusing on what to avoid would leave the story half finished. Because after stripping away the risks, the real question becomes, what vegetables can you turn to that do not just avoid harm, but actively help your kidneys heal? And that is where the next part of our journey begins, with 4 humble, affordable, kidney healing vegetables that can make all the difference. Now let us talk about the third hidden danger: beets, the darling of health blogs, the star of countless lower your blood pressure naturally posts, and the bright red juice you see in every trendy detox smoothie. Athletes swear by it for energy. Wellness influencers call it a miracle root. And on the surface, it seems harmless. But for your kidneys, beets are a dangerous double-edged sword. David, a 49-year-old fitness enthusiast, learned this the hard way. Inspired by what he read online, he started drinking 16 ounces of fresh beet juice every morning. He believed he was fueling his workouts and protecting his heart. Within just 3 weeks, he was in the emergency room with acute kidney injury. Doctors found oxalate crystals scratching his kidney tubules and blocking filtration. What he thought was a health boost had turned into a health disaster. Here is the science. One glass of beet juice can carry 450 to 600 milligrams of potassium, already a heavy load for struggling kidneys. But potassium is not even the worst part. Beets are packed with oxalates, tiny compounds that can crystallize inside your kidneys. These crystals cut like glass, clogging your system and sparking kidney stones, or even acute kidney failure. Concentrated beet powders and health shots can double or triple that oxalate hit in seconds. Medical journals have reported real cases of kidney failure in people who juiced beets daily with no prior kidney problems, simply because the oxalate storm overwhelmed their body's defenses. So, what is the takeaway? If you have kidney concerns, beet juice is off the table, full stop. Not just a little or only on weekends. The risk is too high. Stick to safer vegetables that give you energy without threatening your filtration system. But just understanding the danger of beets is not enough, because the next vegetable hides an even darker secret. It is bright, tangy, and often baked into pies and jams that look cheerful and innocent. Yet it contains one of the highest concentrations of kidney toxic compounds on the planet. And if you have ever had a slice of it, you will want to pay attention. Let us now move to the first hidden danger: concentrated tomato products. I know what you are thinking. Tomatoes are healthy, right? They are in every salad, every clean eating plan, praised for being full of antioxidants. And yes, fresh tomatoes in moderation are usually fine. But here's the catch: once you turn them into sauce, paste, ketchup, or juice, you are no longer eating a vegetable. You are swallowing a potassium bomb. Take Robert, a 59-year-old retiree I treated. Every Sunday, he proudly cooked a homemade pasta sauce with an entire can of tomato paste, convinced he was avoiding processed foods. What he did not realize is that 1 cup of unsalted tomato sauce can carry nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, almost half of the entire daily safe limit for someone with kidney issues. That single pasta dinner delivered more than 1,500 milligrams of potassium straight into his already struggling kidneys. Within weeks, his potassium levels spiked dangerously, and his heart rhythm started to wobble. Here's the science. When your kidneys cannot filter properly, potassium builds up in your bloodstream. This condition, called hyperkalemia, does not just make you tired. It can cause muscle weakness and, worst of all, sudden heart rhythm failure. Yes, the same sauce you lovingly pour over spaghetti could, meal after meal, be setting the stage for a heart that suddenly stops beating. That is not hype. It is confirmed by the National Kidney Foundation and by nephrologists worldwide, who recommend strict portion control or complete avoidance of concentrated tomato products. Robert's story has a hopeful turn. We cut his sauce portions to just 2 tablespoons per serving and boosted the flavor with garlic, basil, and kidney-safe herbs. Within 6 weeks, his potassium levels stabilized, his energy returned, and he did not have to give up Sunday pasta with his family. The lesson is simple. The danger is not always the vegetable itself. It is what we turn it into. But just knowing this is not enough, because the next vegetable is not hiding in your pantry. It is sitting right on your plate in almost every family dinner, and its impact can be even more devastating. Now we come to the second hidden danger: potatoes. If tomato sauce is a stealth attack, then potatoes are a full-on ambush. Think about it. Baked, mashed, roasted, or fried, potatoes are everywhere. They are childhood memories, comfort food at Thanksgiving, and the side dish most of us cannot imagine living without. But if you are over 60 or already dealing with kidney stress, that fluffy pile of mashed potatoes might be quietly pushing your kidneys toward crisis. Take Linda, a 64-year-old grandmother who came to me after Thanksgiving. She thought she was eating healthy because there were vegetables on her plate: mashed sweet potatoes, regular mashed potatoes, and roasted red potatoes, all in one meal. Within hours, her potassium levels shot up to dangerous heights, and she ended up in the hospital with heart rhythm chaos. She never realized that one medium baked potato can pack up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. And sweet potatoes are even higher, over 1,200 milligrams in just 1 cup of mash. That is your entire safe daily limit in a single side dish. Here is what happens when your kidneys cannot flush out excess potassium. It floods your bloodstream. Imagine your kidneys as a dam holding back a river. Now picture cracks forming in that dam, with potassium surging through, overwhelming your heart's delicate rhythm control. That is hyperkalemia, and it does not just make you feel tired, it can shut your heart down in seconds. So, does this mean you can never enjoy potatoes again? Not exactly. Kidney experts recommend a simple but powerful trick called leaching. Cut the potatoes into small pieces, soak them for hours, and then boil them in fresh water. This process can slash potassium by up to 70%. But even then, portion size is everything. Do not guess, measure. Keep it to a quarter cup at most, and flavor it with garlic or herbs instead of loading it with butter and salt. That way, you keep the comfort without triggering a crisis. But just knowing how to handle potatoes is not the end of the story, because the next vegetable is not just about potassium. It comes with a hidden compound that can crystallize inside your kidneys and cut like glass. And that is where things get truly dangerous. Now let us discuss the fourth hidden danger: rhubarb. Rhubarb might look cheerful with its bright red stalks and tangy bite, often baked into pies or simmered into jams that remind us of childhood kitchens. But beneath that sweet exterior lies one of the most kidney toxic vegetables on earth. We are not talking about slow, long term damage. We are talking about the potential for sudden kidney collapse after just a single high dose. Take Sarah, a 58-year-old teacher. She loved rhubarb crisp and enjoyed it at 3 different family gatherings in one weekend. Within 48 hours, her kidney function had crashed by nearly 80%. She needed temporary dialysis just to survive. The culprit, oxalic acid. A single cup of diced rhubarb contains more than 1,000 milligrams of oxalates, 20 times the safe daily limit for anyone with kidney concerns. And when rhubarb is concentrated in jams, sauces, or pie fillings, the oxalate load multiplies even faster. Those sharp crystals form inside your kidneys, scratching, clogging, and inflaming until filtration grinds to a halt. Medical journals have documented these exact cases. Patients with no prior kidney issues ending up in the emergency room with rhubarb induced kidney failure. Kidney biopsies confirmed oxalate blockages. It is so dangerous that nephrologists worldwide warn that if you have kidney concerns, rhubarb is permanently off the menu. Even just one slice is too much when the risk includes permanent damage. The lesson is clear: colorful does not always mean safe. And even the prettiest plants can turn toxic when your kidneys are vulnerable. But just knowing this still is not enough, because the next leafy green looks harmless, even wholesome. It is celebrated on plant-based blogs and praised as a clean eating staple. Yet it quietly overwhelms your kidneys with a deadly double hit. And this one is especially sneaky because it hides under the banner of being healthy. Finally, let us look at the fifth hidden danger: Swiss chard. If rhubarb is the sweet assassin, then Swiss chard is its quiet cousin, smiling on your plate while secretly overwhelming your kidneys from 2 different angles. At first glance, it looks innocent, just another leafy green, often praised by plant-based bloggers as a nutrient powerhouse. But here is the hidden truth: Swiss chard delivers a dangerous double punch of both potassium and oxalates. And that is a combination most compromised kidneys simply cannot handle. Michael, a 62-year-old who proudly switched to a plant-based diet, thought he was doing everything right. Every day, he piled Swiss chard onto his salads, believing more greens meant more health. Within 2 months, his potassium levels had spiked into the danger zone, and for the first time in his life, he developed a kidney stone. His healthy choice had silently backfired. Let us look at the numbers. 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard carries nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, just like a baked potato or tomato sauce. Add to that up to 1,200 milligrams of oxalates, and you have created the perfect storm. While boiling can reduce some oxalates, it hardly touches the potassium load. So even after cooking, you are still swallowing a risky mix that can push potassium into the bloodstream and allow sharp oxalate crystals to form inside your kidneys. The danger here is subtle. Junk food comes with labels and warnings, but Swiss chard wears the mask of health. It is green, natural, and promoted as clean eating. Yet for kidneys already under strain, it is simply too much. Too much potassium, too many oxalates, too much risk. After exposing so many hidden dangers, let us shift gears and talk about healing. Because here is the good news. Your kidneys are remarkably resilient. When you stop overloading them and start feeding them the right support, they respond. And one of the best allies you can add to your plate is not flashy, trendy, or expensive. It is the humble cauliflower. Think about it. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower has only 88 milligrams of potassium, 20 milligrams of phosphorus, and just 9 milligrams of sodium. That is exactly what struggling kidneys crave: low potassium, low phosphorus, low sodium, and practically no oxalates. It checks every box for kidney safety. Compare that to a single baked potato, which can have more than 10 times the potassium. That is why nephrologists around the world recommend cauliflower as a go-to swap. Robert, the same patient who had to give up his Sunday tomato sauce ritual, found comfort again when he replaced his beloved mashed potatoes with mashed cauliflower. With a touch of garlic, olive oil, and low sodium cream cheese, he said it tasted just like home, but without the fear of a potassium overload. Within weeks, his lab numbers improved, and he did not feel like he was sacrificing comfort food. That is the magic of cauliflower. It heals quietly without demanding attention, and it does not stop there. Cauliflower is part of the cruciferous family, which contains natural anti-inflammatory compounds. These compounds help calm the very inflammation that damages kidney tissue, allowing the body's filtration system to recover instead of staying stuck in overdrive. Sometimes real healing does not come from a pill or a supplement. It comes from a simple, affordable vegetable that has been sitting in your grocery store all along. But cauliflower is just the beginning. Because if cauliflower is the gentle cleanser, the next vegetable is the bold protector, a colorful powerhouse that shields your kidneys while also strengthening your heart. And you might be surprised by just how much protection a single bright red pepper can deliver. If cauliflower is the gentle cleanser, then red bell peppers are the bold protectors of your kidneys. They are bright, crunchy, naturally sweet, and they do not just add color to your plate. They add a powerful layer of defense inside your body. Packed with vitamin C, beta carotene, and a host of antioxidants, red bell peppers help neutralize oxidative stress, one of the biggest silent killers of kidney health. Oxidative stress inflames tissues, damages blood vessels, and accelerates the decline of kidney function. But peppers fight back, shielding those delicate filters from harm. Here is the impressive part. While they are loaded with antioxidants, they are incredibly light on the minerals that burden weak kidneys. 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper has only about 250 milligrams of potassium, 30 milligrams of phosphorus, and 4 milligrams of sodium. That means you are getting maximum protection with minimum stress. Compare that to so-called healthy vegetables like spinach or potatoes, and the difference is night and day. Patricia, one of my patients, discovered this firsthand. She replaced her afternoon snack of salty crackers with slices of fresh red bell pepper dipped in hummus. Not only did her energy improve, but her blood pressure and kidney markers stabilized within 3 months. She told me it felt like she had found a snack that was both delicious and medicinal. That is the beauty of bell peppers. They taste good, feel good, and do good all at the same time. And the best part is that they are versatile. You can eat them raw in a salad, roast them for dinner, or stuff them with quinoa and herbs for a filling, kidney-safe meal. They are proof that healthy food does not have to be boring or bland. It can be colorful, flavorful, and healing. But protecting your kidneys is not only about antioxidants. Sometimes healing comes from something sharper, stronger, and surprisingly ancient. The next vegetable has been used for thousands of years, not just to flavor meals, but to fight disease. And today, science confirms that it can lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and even mimic the effects of certain prescription drugs without the side effects. Sometimes healing does not look glamorous. Sometimes it comes in a small, sharp-smelling clove that has been trusted for thousands of years. Garlic may not be pretty, but it is one of the most powerful healing vegetables you can add to your diet, especially if your kidneys are under stress. For centuries, it has been used as food and medicine, and today modern science finally explains why. Garlic is rich in organosulfur compounds, particularly allicin, the very chemical that gives it that strong smell when crushed. Allicin is a natural anti inflammatory, antioxidant, and blood pressure regulator. Why does that matter for kidney health? Because chronic kidney disease almost always travels hand in hand with high blood pressure and oxidative stress, two forces that speed up kidney decline. By calming inflammation, improving circulation, and reducing oxidative damage, garlic helps lighten the workload on your kidneys and protect them from further injury. Patricia, a 60-year-old patient with stage 3 kidney disease, started adding 2 cloves of crushed garlic to her meals every day. Within 3 months, her blood pressure dropped from 150 over 95 to 135 over 80, and her inflammatory markers improved significantly. Her nephrologist was so impressed that he told her to keep garlic as part of her daily routine. And here is a key tip for getting the full benefit: chop or crush your garlic, then wait 5 to 10 minutes before cooking. That pause allows the allicin to fully activate, turning a simple clove into a potent natural medicine. Garlic also has another advantage: it adds bold flavor without adding salt, which is critical for kidney health. Instead of relying on sodium heavy seasonings, garlic lets you enjoy delicious meals that do not burden your kidneys with extra stress. That is why it is one of the most kidney friendly ingredients you can use every single day. But garlic is not the only humble vegetable with hidden superpowers. The next one does not just fight inflammation, it flips a switch inside your cells, activating your body's own defense system to protect and repair your kidneys from within. And it is one of the most affordable vegetables you will find in any grocery store. If garlic is the fighter on the front line, then cabbage is the quiet strategist working behind the scenes. It does not shout for attention. It is not flashy or expensive. But cabbage has a hidden talent that makes it one of the most powerful allies for your kidneys. Unlike other vegetables that fight damage directly, cabbage activates your body's own internal defense system, almost like flipping a master switch for healing. The secret lies in a compound called sulforaphane. This natural chemical triggers a pathway known as NRF2, a built-in command center inside your cells. When NRF2 is activated, your body produces more of its own antioxidants, repair enzymes, and detoxifiers. In other words, cabbage does not just fight damage, it teaches your kidneys to protect themselves better. That is a game changer for anyone living with chronic kidney disease. Sarah, a patient in her early 60s, once told me she was tired of complicated diets and expensive supplements. When I suggested she simply add cabbage to her weekly meals, shredded into coleslaw, lightly steamed with garlic, or sauteed in olive oil, she was skeptical. But within a few months, her lab results showed slower progression of kidney decline, and she felt more energetic. She laughed and said, "Who knew the cheapest vegetable in the store could do what pricey pills couldn't?" And the science backs her up. A 2022 review in the journal Antioxidants confirmed that sulforaphane-rich vegetables like cabbage can slow kidney disease progression by supporting the NRF2 pathway. Nutritionally, cabbage is low in potassium at just 172 milligrams per cup, low in phosphorus, and virtually free of oxalates. It checks every box for kidney safety while delivering powerful protection. Cabbage proves a simple truth: healing does not have to be complicated. It does not require exotic superfoods or expensive cleanses. Sometimes the answers are sitting right in front of us, humble and affordable. But before we wrap up, there is one last myth to clear up, one that confuses more people than almost anything else in kidney health. And understanding this could mean the difference between wasting money on false promises and finally taking control of your kidneys for real. So let me leave you with this. Kidney disease does not mean the end of the road. Even if your lab numbers are not where you want them to be, even if you have made mistakes in the past, your body is still capable of change. Your kidneys are silent, but they are resilient. and every small choice you make can give them the relief they have been waiting for. That is why I want you to take this seriously. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Every week we share practical, science-backed tips designed to help you protect and heal your kidneys. And I do not want you to miss the information that could make a difference in your health or the health of someone you love. And remember this, you do not need perfection to see progress. Healing starts with small, consistent steps. Choosing safer vegetables, drinking more water, asking one extra question at your next checkup. Each of those actions is like giving your kidneys a breath of relief. With the right support, they can bounce back in ways that may surprise you, so do not lose hope. Your kidneys are still listening, and today is the perfect day to start speaking to them with kindness and with the foods that truly heal. Thanks for watching.